What's going on YouTube? This is Jabber Tech, and today I'm showing you one beast of a box. This is the Beelink GT King Pro. I got this from the guys over at Banggood. This only took less than 2 weeks to get here in the US. They ship worldwide, international shipping, and this is about $150 right now, but there's always a coupon going on, so check my link down below for Banggood. And again, make sure to choose the correct plug. In the US, choose the US plug, and there's also an EU plug if you need that. But at under 2 weeks and for $150, I don't want to say it, but I am going to say it. I do think it's an nvidia Shield 2019 killer. This is about 150 bucks as well, but it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM, 8 gigabytes of storage, which really is nothing when compared to the Beelink GT King Pro. This has 64 gigs of storage, 4 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM. It also has 2 ESS Hi-Fi decoding chips just for audio. So for those of you that have a really banging sound system at home, for those of you that really care about great sounding audio, the Beelink GT King Pro is the way to go. And you can see from the front here, aside the menacing looking skull, you also have the DTS moniker and the Dolby Audio logo right over there. So really guys, this is a beast of a box, and I never thought anything would come close to my Beelink GT King. Well, here it is. This Pro Edition definitely beats out that box hands down, especially when you listen to it. And spoiler alert, this sounds really, really good. But enough talk, let's go ahead and check it out together. If you want to know all the specifications, go ahead and pause the video. But the main thing, you do want to know it has the S922X.H. That's that Hi-Fi processor in here. It's a quad-core processor. You also get HDMI 2.1, and this is a 4K box. So if you have a 4K TV, if your setup's 4K, you can definitely use this box to its maximum potential. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 of storage, of course, multi-language. You get a gigabit Ethernet port. You also get 2.4 and 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. Dimensions are there if you want to check that out, and you do have a pretty cool air remote control here. Well, let's just open this up. I definitely like this color. I really like the look of it. It's just something that looks a little bit gangster. It's something that when you look at it in your entertainment system, people are going to say, you actually know what you're doing. You got a beast of a box right here. And just pulling it out, this really is the heaviest Android TV box that I've actually tested myself, that I've actually used. And it is a metal casing. So again, that's just a beast of a box. That's just premium in my eyes. Let's see what else we get in here. Manuals, for those of you that want to go ahead and check out manuals. Satisfied, depressed, okay. And then the pretty cool thing about it, you can operate a dual system here. So if you want to, go ahead and insert an SD card, and then you can run a different system on it. So if you want to run your own Android AOSP and you want to fool around with it, you can actually do that on this box. But we're going to check it out, and we're going to see how it is as a multimedia box straight from the manufacturer. Here's your remote control. I'm going to get to that in just a second. They give you an HDMI port, and then here is your power adapter. Again, choose from Banggood because then you can choose which plug you want. I have some other Android TV boxes that have a European plug, and while if you're in Europe, that's pretty cool, but I'm here in the US, that just means I have to attach another adapter, and then it just gets all kind of weird in my entertainment system, and I just don't like it. This is the remote control, and it's the same remote control that you see on the original GT King. This one is a really nice remote control. You do have the air mouse feature, so when you enable that, it is pretty useful if you have some third-party apps that require touch input. You can just sort of use the mouse and input this way. So again, no problems with this at all. It's a wireless remote control, so you do have this little receiver that you have to plug into the box itself, and I actually quite like this remote control. You get voice input. You have your home button as well. Here's your little hamburger menu button. There's your back. Here's your page up and down. This really comes in handy when you are trolling the web and you're using Chrome on this box, because this is a full-fledged Android TV box. Now, for the main attraction, this is it. This is the GT King. And again, I do have to mention its weight. It is a hefty box, and it is something that will definitely shine in your entertainment system. Again, it just screams premium at $150. I think they're giving you a very well-made box, and I do like the skull. I've always liked the skull on the top. The only thing that's gone are the glowing lights. I personally like those glowing lights. Let me know what you thought about the glowing eyes in the comments down below, but for me, either way, I'm glad they kept the skull. On the left side, you have 2 USB ports over here. These are USB 3 ports. Here's your SD card slot right over there. On the back of the device, you have an actual power button for on/off. I actually quite like that myself. Here's your DC input. You also have an RS-232 port. I don't know who's really going to use this. I personally would have liked to have seen optical audio like what was on the original GT King. Here's your HDMI, your gigabit LAN, and then some headphones. If you want to plug in headphones directly to this, you can. This does have Bluetooth though, so you can just connect some Bluetooth headsets and you'll be just fine. Again, on the right side, you have 2 more USB ports, so you have a total of 4 USB ports. But what I'm really excited to see here is you can see on the bottom, we have support now for DTS LISTEN and Dolby Audio. So if you have a really great sound system at home, and the one thing that bugged you about all of these Android boxes was that you really couldn't utilize your sound system, well, not anymore. You definitely want to check out the Pro because you do get that 7.1 support. You do get 2 ESS Hi-Fi decoding chips in here. That's right, you get 2 chips in here. So this is really meant for those serious movie watchers, those serious TV watchers. And also, if you listen to a lot of music, if you have a lot of music that you've downloaded to maybe your server, it does have support for hi-fi lossless music. That's definitely a reason to pick up the Beelink GT King Pro. Now at $150, the closest competitor you're really going to get is something like this nvidia Shield, the new Tube 2019 edition. This only has 2 gigabytes of RAM and 8 gigabytes of storage, whereas the GT King Pro over here has 4 gigabytes and 64 plus all these expansion slots right on the side. So there's really no comparison, but I know a lot of you guys want to ask me, and I want to try and answer that for you. This really is intended for a different type of consumer than the consumer that's going to pick up the Tube 2019 nvidia Shield. That's because this is more of a plug-and-play Netflix all-day type of device. If you like to tweak your components and you like to tweak everything and you really want a box that's going to give you a powerful experience, the Beelink GT King Pro is definitely one for you. But again, it does have some limitations, like Netflix is 480 and also Prime Video's 480. But really guys, if you're picking up an Android TV box, if you're watching this video, you already know how to get around that. You already know where to download everything. You already know where to find the best quality online. So if you really are concerned about Netflix and Prime Video not working, don't even look at the Beelink GT King Pro. Just go ahead and pick up an nvidia Shield or pick up something similar where it's just a plug-and-play solution. But if you really like to get the best experience out of an Android TV box and you really want to push it to its limits, definitely continue watching this video. Check my link down below for Banggood. Pick up this box for the same price as this watered down nvidia Shield and you'll be a lot happier. But let's just go ahead, plug it in, check it out together and see what it's all about. But looking at the launcher, guys, it's a very capable launcher. I wish it was updated a little bit, but it is what it is, and this is Android, so you can update the launcher. On the left side is where you have your time, your date, and your weather. You have your multimedia player right up here, so any local files that you have on the Beelink GT King Pro will show up right over here. But of course, this is Android, so you can download your favorite player right from the App Store itself. And this is a full-fledged Google Play App Store. It's not a watered-down Android TV App Store. 99% of what's here you'll be able to utilize on the Beelink GT King Pro. Because this is Android, because it is a more advanced box, anything you want to download, you can do so. And that's why I always recommend these Android TV boxes, because you can just download it and you can make it your own. You don't have to worry about having an app that doesn't play because it's not designed to work with Android TV. Yada, yada, yada. You guys know what I mean. And that also means you have a full-fledged Chrome browser as well. And this is absolutely huge because you can couch surf now. If you connect a keyboard to it, you can just go ahead and search. You can check the sports scores. And then if you have any embedded video, you can play directly from the browser itself. It's just a more pleasurable experience being able to have a full-fledged Chrome browser here. The next thing I want to show you guys is that you have an app killer here. So if you have a lot of applications open, just go ahead and click on that and it's going to clear out the memory for you. And then you can play your games, which I'll show you. Games play great on this device as well. Here's your app drawer. So everything that you've downloaded is going to show up right over here. There is a separate app market, but I don't really recommend downloading from this. Oh, the only thing I downloaded was Netflix from it because you do need an old version of Netflix to work. Otherwise, it just won't work. And Netflix is 480p only. That's one thing that's kind of a huge bummer if you're a Netflix fan, but you know where else you can get Netflix movies and TV shows? Right over here. It's called Kodi. Prime Video you can download directly from the Play Store, so it is the latest Prime Video. But again, the quality is 480.
I don't know how these relatively small dogs hold this enormous sleigh with big fat me on it.
So it's not the best quality, but really guys, if you just want Netflix and Prime Video, you know you can pick up something else. This is for the more advanced user out there that knows where to get all those movies and TV shows at 4K without using the apps that it was designed to play from. And Kodi is one of those apps. It works directly from the App Store. No trickery, no side loading, nothing like that. I'm going to show you a streaming 4K movie, and then I'm also going to show you what it looks like locally. But I always recommend that you guys use Torguard, use a VPN service, and I always recommend Torguard because the speeds are very, very fast. I've never had some downtime with it, and if you use code JabberTech, I'll leave the link down in my description below. You can save 50% off for life for your subscription. So that means for only a couple dollars a month, you'll be able to protect yourself from those unwanted letters from your ISP. Let me know down below if you've ever gotten those letters, because I have before I was using Torguard. And ever since, I've never gotten a letter from them, and it's also a good way to get around geo restrictions. Check my link down below, 50% off when you're using these boxes. I always recommend that you use a VPN. But let's watch the movie and let me know what you guys think of the quality. Joker movie, and as a side note guys, if you haven't seen it, definitely start streaming it. You should watch it. It's a great flick, but this is being streamed at 4K directly to the box. Now, as a full disclosure, I only have a 1080 TV, so I am not able to really tell the 4K goodness. A lot of us still only have a 1080 screen at home, but the ability of the GT King to automatically downgrade it to 1080 without any hiccups, without any hitch, is a huge plus for this box, and the same goes for these YouTube clips. Again, I have a 1080 TV, but I am able to play this at 1080 60 frames a second, which HDR, and zero hiccups, zero lag. Everything is super, super smooth. Another thing that's really smooth is gameplay. Games on this device played really, really well. But again, guys, if you are a hardcore Android gamer, pick up the nvidia Shield Pro. Don't get the tube one that I showed you earlier. The Pro one is really going to be better for people that play games. But if you are a casual gamer, if you throw on maybe a racing game or PUBG, you're not going to have any issues. It's going to play perfectly fine. So that's really been it, guys. The Beelink GT King Pro is a beast of a box. If you really care about audio, if you have a great sounding sound system at home and you really want something to complement it, the Beelink GT King Pro is the way to go. And again, get this from Banggood, international shipping, worldwide shipping. Check my link down below. In under 2 weeks, if you choose expedited shipping, you'll even get it a lot faster if you want to. You'll be set and you'll be ready to go, and you'll be enjoying all of your movies the way they were intended to be enjoyed, which means you'll have a theater-like experience at home and less of an in-home theater experience. Let me know down in the comments below if you know what I mean. And then you can pick up an nvidia Shield controller or any other Bluetooth game controller, play the casual game, you'll be just fine. What really impressed me too is the overall build quality. Having a metal chassis and just having an overall very pleasant device that sits nicely in your multimedia cabinet is something that really impressed me, and people who came over really just asked me questions about it because they've never seen something like it. They're used to seeing Apple TVs, they're used to seeing Fire TVs, they're not used to seeing something that, well, could actually steal the show and be the main attraction in anyone's multimedia cabinet. But I really appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions about this, let me know down in the comments below. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.